What up, warriors? John Barr, Diamond Doesn't Move number 7, table, into cat stretch, into broken table. I'm also going to demonstrate one of my other favorite moves, broken airplane. Let's start off with table. It's a move that we do right at the beginning of a lot of workouts. On your hands, on your knees, feet flat, or up on your toes, doesn't really matter. I like to keep my feet flat. Now then, like any good table, all of your limbs want to be in perfect alignment. So start off with your hands. Make sure your wrists are directly in line with your shoulders. You don't want to be way out here, way up here. It's not good. Both wrists in line, and then make sure both of your knees are directly behind their respective wrist. Right angles everywhere. It's going to get you a good solid base. Now this is table, and we do a lot of stretching in this one to activate that back. If you take a big deep breath in, push your belly toward the ground, and look up. That's cat lift. That's getting a great stretch on your abs and your chest, and it's compressing that spine, building some back strength already. Now you can exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, and arch your back as much as you can. This is going to stretch that back, and it's going to compress those abs and get a great ab workout just hanging out. Inhale into cat lift. Look up as high as you can. And exhale into cat arch. Now then, when we really want to start building some back strength, we're going to go into broken table. This is table. To break that table, you're going to take off two limbs. You're going to start with one of your legs. I'm going to push my left leg straight back. You want to be pushing off of that heel. If you're pushing off with your toes, you're not going to be stretching all the same muscles or working the same muscles you are when you push off with your heel. Right now, I'm stretching everything in the back of my leg, hamstrings, back of the knees, calves, and I'm flexing the quads and the tibialis anterior. And by lifting that leg up, I'm working those glutes, and I'm strengthening that back, all that just hanging out right here. Now to break that other side of the table, take the opposite hand, my left leg's back, so I'm taking my right hand, stick it straight out in front of you to shake somebody's hand. Keep that arm up even with your ear. At least the higher you lift that hand and the higher you lift that leg, the more muscle you're going to build in that back, the shoulders. Make sure with your left arm you're pushing off. Keep that nice and straight. That's broken table. We'll often do some broken table crunches, where we'll go from here and we'll pull them both in. Now it's not really a crunch unless you're activating your abs. So if you're doing a broken table crunch, make sure you're squeezing those abs. Otherwise it's just going through the motions. That's broken table. Let's talk about broken airplane, one of my favorite moves. There's some muscle groups that are really hard to hit. One of those are the hip abductors that we were talking about earlier when we were doing ignition. To work the hip abductors, you have to move your leg out to the side and back in against weight. That's really hard to do. In a gym, you'll see some machines that are specifically set up for it, but they're really lame, and you never see dudes on them because, you know, they don't look like dude machines. Well, here's a move that dudes, you can totally do. It's going to give you a great workout, and it's going to strengthen those hip abductors. Go into broken table, or into regular table, and instead of putting a foot back behind you, you put it out to the side. I'm going to start with my left foot. Eventually you want to have that sticking straight off of that hip. Right now, you might need to have that knee bent and have it back here a little bit. Eventually you'll get it out there. And just like before, if your left leg is out, you want to take your right hand and stick that out. Not out in front of you like before, but out to the side. Again, with dynamic resistance, that can be tight. You can have your fingers straight out. And then when you're feeling it, you take that left leg and you lift it off the ground. That's broken airplane. And 3 seconds into it, I can already feel my hip abductors, my glutes, getting a great workout. My heart rate is jacked up, hitting 165 right now, just hanging out. Eventually we'll do some crunches, which will take us back into broken table and back into broken airplane. Broken airplane is a great move. It's going to strengthen some of those hard to reach muscles. And ladies, again, if you're worried about the butt kind of starting to sag later in life, you do broken table and broken airplane every day, I guarantee you'll never see any sagging. Let's move on to the next one.